Mike Tyson is a retired American boxer who was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world in the late 1980s. He has a net worth of $10 million. During his heyday, Mike was one of the most famous and highest-paid athletes in the world. He was the youngest champion in history at age 20. Unfortunately, he squandered and/or was bilked out of a personal fortune that topped $300 million at his peak. Mike declared bankruptcy in 2003. According to the bankruptcy filing, he was reportedly $23 million in debt at that point. During his career, Mike Tyson earned at least $430 million in purses and endorsements, roughly $700 million after adjusting for inflation. ESPN called him the hardest hitter in heavyweight history, and Sky Sports dubbed him the most ferocious fighter to step into a professional ring. Although Tyson was a talented boxer, his reputation was marred by controversy in and out of the ring. Mike Tyson was born Michael Gerard Tyson on June 30th of 1966 in Brooklyn, New York. He grew up in a rough neighborhood, and his stepfather was involved in crime and gambling. When Tyson was 10, he and his mother moved because of financial issues. By the age of 13, Tyson had been arrested for 38 crimes, often fighting bigger youths who made fun of his voice. Tyson speaks with a lisp. During school, Tyson's fighting ability was discovered by a juvenile detention instructor and a former boxer. After working with a few trainers, he linked up with Cus D'Amato, a trainer who would have an immense influence on the future boxing champ. When Tyson's mother passed away when he was 16, D'Amato became his legal guardian. Tyson also worked with Kevin Rooney from a young age. In 1987, Mike signed a $27 million 8-fight contract with HBO that ran through his bout against Alex Stewart. Tyson defeated Alex Stewart in 2 minutes and 27 seconds. He then signed a long-term $120 million contract with Showtime that covered several matches, including Holyfield 1 and 2. For years, it has been widely understood that a large chunk of his earnings, at least his pay-per-view earnings, were taken by promoter Don King. A court case would later reveal that Mike's contract with King entitled the promoter to 30% of his earnings. This was technically illegal in Nevada. It's been alleged that after mysterious additional fees, Don would take 50% off the top before cutting a check to Mike. Example fees would include $100,000 per fight to Don King's wife as a consultant fee. Don King's sons were also paid $50,000 per fight consulting fees. At his peak, Mike was paying the president of the Mike Tyson fan club $1,000 per week. The president turned out to be Don King's daughter. At other times, his earnings were garnished by creditors like the IRS. For example, Tyson was paid $8 million to fight Danny Williams in 2004. Unfortunately, $6 million of those earnings were directly garnished by the IRS, leaving Mike with $2 million personally for his efforts. In July 2020, Mike and Roy Jones Jr. announced they were both coming out of retirement to face each other in a highly unusual exhibition match. The two reportedly struck a deal with a sponsor who ponied up $50 million to put on the fight. Of that $50 million, each fighter could receive as much as $10 million if all pay-per-view milestones are met. Soon after the announcement, Mike claimed he would donate all of his earnings to charity. Mike lived a famously lavish lifestyle at his peak. He wasted millions on mansions, cars, jewelry, extravagant gifts for strangers, and even a collection of Bengal tigers. His tigers cost $70,000 a pop and were housed in a custom-built habitat in his backyard. Mike kept an animal trainer on staff at a cost of $125,000 per year. Mike lavished money on his entourage as well. As just one example, he kept a person on staff whose sole purpose was to wear army fatigues and shout guerrilla warfare at press conferences. For his services, this person was paid $300,000 per year. Mike was imprisoned between 1991 and 1995. In the 3 years immediately following his release, Mike spent the following amounts: $4.5 million on cars and motorbikes, 19 vehicles he bought for friends, $400,000 on pigeons and a variety of big cats, such as Siberian tigers, $300,000 on lawn care and garden maintenance alone, $240,000 per month for walking around money that he spent in daily life flexing, $230,000 on cell phones, pagers, and phone bills, $125,000 per year for an animal trainer to take care of the big cats, $100,000 per month on jewelry and clothes. He also bought several homes, His 21-room Connecticut mansion would later be owned by 50 Cent. This mansion featured a nightclub and casino. Mike also bought houses in Las Vegas, Ohio, and Maryland. His Ohio mansion featured gold-plated furnishings, pools, and a basketball court. His Seven Hills house is located in Henderson, Nevada, which is just a few minutes from the Sin City. It was reportedly the only estate that the boxer owns. Although this is the only estate he currently owns, it is a considerably large estate on the average American standards. However, for Hollywood celebrities whose usual estate averages around $20 million, it is considered low-end. The boxing champ bought the mansion, which was listed by Luxury Homes of Las Vegas, for $2.5 million. The mansion is located on an almost acre of land in the upscale side of Seven Hills neighborhood, which spans about 10,400 square feet. The estate includes 2 casitas, which has 1 full apartment. The main house sits on 8,149 square foot area, which was built in 2001. It has spacious indoor and outdoor space, which is something the guests will surely enjoy. The mansion is located behind a gated community of the Seven Hills, where there is also a private golf club and a few leisure parks which serve the wealthy and affluent residents of the area. The previous house of the boxer is just right around the corner. He just bought this one because it is bigger and fits his requirements. The estate has 6 luxurious and spacious bedrooms with 6 bathrooms, which was styled in a Mediterranean style. The amenities on the property include a massive media room with wine cellar and 2 master suites. One of the master suites is located on the first floor, while the other one is on the second floor. The master suite also has a step-in bathtub with a luxurious private balcony. There is a stunning disappearing edge swimming pool on the property, which is the centerpiece in the mansion, as well as a spa and an outdoor kitchen with an expansive covered patio. The outdoors of the mansion is decorated by beautiful, lush gardens. The interiors of the mansion has some Italian-style vibe, which features some custom iron railings, beautiful coffered ceilings, stunning arched doorways, luxurious marble flooring, stone fireplaces, marble staircase, and floor-to-ceiling windows. The mansion has plenty of space in the closet, which can fit some luxurious designer clothes. The mansion's living room is well lit and has plenty of space. The kitchen in the mansion has some modern amenities as well, and a fully loaded bar can be found on the mansion to entertain the guests coming over. Eating on the dining room of the mansion can serve as a pleasurable experience. There is also an outdoor barbecue area, which makes the mansion an ideal place for entertaining guests with some alfresco dining privately. The luxurious abode of Mike Tyson has some expansive marble floor, which will pleasantly greet the guests. The master bedroom in the mansion is not some ordinary master suite, as it has a fancy fireplace and a private balcony. The fancy fireplace is just one of the 4 on the estate. There is also one outdoor fireplace which is near the barbecue area. The 3/4 of an acre property owned by the boxing champ even has its own resort-style lagoon vibe swimming pool, which can help everyone cool down as the sticky summer climate comes. The gourmet kitchen even comes with some Thermador stainless steel appliances and some custom cabinetry with some expansive breakfast bar. Mike has owned well over 100 cars during his lifetime. Some were extremely valuable and rare. He owned a Bentley that was one of only 73 produced and cost $500,000. After totaling a Range Rover in 1995, he told the repair shop to keep it. He would frequently lend cars to friends and acquaintances, then forget about them. He bought 20 cars at one Las Vegas dealership alone. That dealership, Jim Chason Motors, is where Mike spent $1.5 million in a few minutes one day, buying 5 Bentley Azures. The dealership only had 2 in stock and had to order the remaining 3 fast-tracked from Rolls-Royce. The first car Tyson bought was a Cadillac Eldorado, when he won 19 wins, all by knockout to his name. The car is powered by an 8.2-liter V8 engine producing 365 brake horsepower and 725 Nm of torque. The car had a top speed of 120 miles per hour. When Tyson turned 21, and as listening to his manager Jim Jacobs, he bought a Rolls-Royce Silver Spur for $150,000. The Silver Spur is powered by a 6.8-liter V8 engine, which offers 329 horsepower and 738 Nm of torque. The Spur has a top speed of 120 miles per hour. When Tyson began becoming more famous, he started making friends in the showbiz world, attending glamorous Hollywood parties and enjoying his newfound fame as the baddest man on the planet. And one of those friends was Tupac Shakur, who inspired him to buy a 1989 Mercedes-Benz SL Class 560 SL. Tyson got released from prison after serving 3 years behind on the rape charge. Tyson fought Frank Bruno and won the WBC title in 1995. Following the win and celebrating, he bought a 456 GT Spider. However, Tyson crashed the Ferrari into a convenience store, which led to his favorite arrest. In 1996, from the winning prize money, Mike bought his first Lamborghini, a yellow Super Diablo twin-turbo, after defeating Bruce Seldon in Las Vegas. But that happiness didn't last, as it was blown away after losing a friend, Tupac, who was shot dead after attending that fight. One of the most outlandish purchases Tyson ever made was a $2 million golden bathtub for his first wife, actress Robin Givens. According to legend, he would periodically buy strangers lavish gifts like $100,000 watches. Mike has called Las Vegas home for much of the last 2 decades. In Vegas, he earns a healthy living making personal appearances at parties and corporate events. Mike charges $75,000 for a 2-hour personal appearance. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and also share with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for more lifestyle videos, and make sure to turn on the notifications for future updates about your favorite personalities.